Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Curse of Oak Island. Discovery of a massive wharf deepens the mystery. This week on Season 8, Episode 23 of The Curse of Oak Island, the team uncovered an old massive wharf just off the property of 18th century landowner Samuel Ball, leading to more theories that he was involved in burying secret treasure on the island. The episode was named Old Wharf's Tale, and the tale in question came from Stuart Wentzell, a Nova Scotian local who had worked on Oak Island for treasure hunter Dan Blankenship, way back in the 1970s. Wentzell was invited into the Oak Island Research Center to tell the guys about how he had, while diving offshore in the 1970s, come across large sharp-edged stones under the water's surface, which he believed had been used as cribbing in a wharf. He claimed that the wharf had stretched out to sea approximately 100 feet from Samuel Ball's property. This was all news to the Fellowship of the Dig, so they decided to draft in expert diver Tony Sampson to see if he could find this huge wharf. The team has long been fascinated by the mysterious Samuel Ball. He was a former slave from South Carolina who fought against the Americans in the Revolutionary War and was granted his freedom by the British. After the war, Ball settled on Oak Island, where he became a successful cabbage farmer. He amassed about 100 acres of land on the island and nearby. His wealth has never been satisfactorily explained, which has led some to suspect he may have been involved with the fabled treasure buried on the island. The guys, led by archaeologist Laird Nevin, have been exploring his former property for many years now. Last week, they found what looked like a secret trapdoor in the foundations of his house. The guys are hoping to find treasure underneath. The team have also found a number of intriguing artifacts on the Ball property that suggest he may have had a connection to the British Navy or to members of that navy. Interesting, as he had been an army man when he served. Royal Navy button found at Samuel Ball's home. On last night's episode, Alex Lagina found another connection between Ball and the British Maritime Service when he found a button from a Royal Navy jacket on the cabbage farmer's property. The button had gold gilding on it, which suggests it belonged to an officer. Did Ball have some kind of a relationship with an officer in the British Navy? Perhaps connected to buried treasure on the island. Not one, but two wharves bordering Samuel Ball's property. This puzzle led to diver Tony Sampson donning a wetsuit to check out Wentzell's tale of a massive wharf just off Ball's property. And sure enough, he found evidence of two wharves. The first wharf was a simple small affair, what the guys called a fisherman's wharf. However, the second was massive, approximately 75 to 100 feet. Why on earth would a cabbage farmer need a wharf of such a size? This discovery, along with the theory that the swamp was once an open harbor, combined with the strange hidden stone roadway, all speaks to a massive operation done on the island at least 200 years ago. An operation that was done completely in secret. The cold Atlantic winds howled through the trees of Oak Island, carrying with them the whispers of centuries-old secrets. Situated off the coast of Nova Scotia, this small, unassuming piece of land has captivated adventurers, treasure hunters, and historians alike for over 200 years. Tales of buried treasure and lost riches, often attributed to pirates or the Knights Templar, have turned the island into a focal point of mystery and intrigue. And just when it seemed the enigma could not deepen further, a new discovery emerged from the shadows. A massive ancient wharf buried deep within the island's unforgiving terrain. The Lagina brothers, Rick and Marty, had been leading the modern-day treasure hunt on Oak Island for nearly a decade, their endeavors broadcast to millions through the popular television series. Equipped with state-of-the-art technology and an unwavering determination, they had uncovered numerous artifacts and clues, yet the island continued to guard its secrets jealously. The recent revelation of the enormous wharf, however, promised to unravel a new chapter in the island's enigmatic narrative. It was a crisp morning when the excavation team stumbled upon the first signs of the wharf. Discovery was accidental, an unexpected boon during a routine dig near the swampy edge of the island. As the team cleared away the dense underbrush and layers of silt, the outlines of ancient wooden beams began to emerge. These beams, meticulously placed and remarkably well preserved, suggested the presence of a significant structure, far larger and more sophisticated than anything previously uncovered on Oak Island. News of the discovery spread quickly, attracting attention from experts and enthusiasts worldwide. The wharf's construction hinted at advanced engineering skills and considerable resources, raising questions about who built it and for what purpose. Theories proliferated, each more tantalizing than the last. Some speculated that the wharf was the work of the fabled Knights Templar, who, according to legend, had hidden their vast treasures and sacred relics on the island. The Templars were known for their engineering prowess and maritime capabilities, making them a plausible candidate for the wharf's construction. If true, this could mean that the wharf served as a landing point for ships carrying the Templars' precious cargo, further supporting the theory that Oak Island was a secret repository of their riches. Others suggested a more pirate-centric origin. The notorious pirate Captain Kidd was often linked to Oak Island in popular lore. Could the wharf have been a bustling port for his fleet, a clandestine base of operations where he and his crew unloaded their plunder and concealed their spoils? The timing and scale of the structure certainly aligned with the golden age of piracy, adding a swashbuckling twist to the island's story. Further complicating matters was the possibility of a Spanish connection. Historical records indicated that Spanish galleons, laden with gold and silver from the New World, frequently navigated the waters of the North Atlantic. Some historians posited that the wharf might have been part of a covert Spanish operation, a hidden dock where treasure-laden ships could offload their cargo far from prying eyes and rival empires. As the excavation continued, each new discovery added layers to the mystery. Divers recovered intricately carved stones and metal objects from the murky depths, suggesting a level of sophistication and craftsmanship indicative of an advanced civilization. The presence of these artifacts, combined with the sheer scale of the wharf, hinted at a prolonged and well-organized occupation. The Lagina brothers, ever the diligent investigators, enlisted the help of maritime archaeologists, historians, and geologists to piece together the puzzle. The experts examined the construction techniques, the types of wood used, and the environmental conditions surrounding the site. Preliminary results suggested that the wharf could date back several centuries, possibly even predating the earliest known European settlements in North America. This revelation opened up a plethora of possibilities, challenging conventional historical timelines and suggesting that Oak Island had been a focal point of human activity long before the arrival of Europeans. One particularly intriguing find was a set of carved stones embedded in the wharf's structure. The carvings appeared to be a form of runic script, sparking theories of Norse involvement. The idea that Viking explorers, known for their seafaring prowess and exploration of the North Atlantic, might have constructed the wharf added another layer of intrigue. If true, it would rewrite significant chapters of North American history, suggesting that the Vikings had not only visited but had established a more permanent presence far deeper into the continent than previously believed. Recovery of the wharf also raised questions about the island's topography and hydrology. Ground-penetrating radar and sonar scans revealed a network of tunnels and chambers beneath the island, suggesting that the wharf might be connected to a larger hidden infrastructure. Could these tunnels be part of a massive clandestine operation to transport and conceal treasure? A rising prospect of undiscovered chambers, filled with untold riches, kept the team pushing forward, driven by the hope that the next breakthrough was just around the corner. Despite the excitement and the wealth of new information, the discovery of the wharf left more questions than answers. The origins and purpose of the structure remained elusive, and each new find seemed to deepen the island's enigmatic allure. Yet it was this very complexity that continued to captivate the imagination of those who dared to explore Oak Island. As the sun set over the Atlantic, casting long shadows across the ancient wharf, the island's silent sentinels, the trees, rocks, and waves, seemed to guard its secrets more closely than ever. The curse of Oak Island had claimed many hopeful adventurers over the centuries, but the Lagina brothers and their team remained undeterred. With the discovery of the massive wharf, they were closer than ever to unraveling the mystery, even as the island whispered its age-old promise that the greatest treasures are not always gold and silver, but the stories and histories waiting to be told.